Imagine getting one of the hottest luxury watches without paying extra money, but there's a secret to it. We're going deep into the amazing story of how I got a Rolex Submariner 126610LN at the regular price. I'll share the special strategies and tips that made it happen. And trust me, it's not your usual shopping story. Don't miss this exciting journey because it's not just about watches. It's about winning the retail game and making luxury more doable. Stay tuned to see how you can make a big score in the world of fancy watches. Rolex Submariner 126610LN. This watch has some specific measurements. It has a 40.5mm wide case, which is the part that holds the watch's insides. The case is 12.5mm thick, and if we measure from one end of the case to the other, it's 48mm. The part where the bracelet connects to the case is 21mm. The bracelet starts wider at the case but narrows down to 16.5mm and then gets a bit wider again to 18.7mm where it fastens. If we include those special metal parts on the bracelet called male end links, the total width becomes 51.3mm. Overall, these dimensions are good for most wrist sizes, especially for a sports watch. The watch is mostly brushed, which means it has a matte finish on most parts, but the sides of the case and the bracelet are shiny. What's cool about this watch is its strip lock winding crown system, which is indicated by 3 dots on the crown. This system makes the watch waterproof up to 300 meters underwater. By the way, the crown is the part you use to set the time, and this one is 7mm in size and has a nice texture on it. I like this because for sports watches like this one, a 7mm crown feels just right. I have other watches with smaller crowns, like 6.5mm, and I can definitely tell the difference. So, for sports watches, I prefer a 7mm crown. Turning the crown on this watch is super smooth, and when you screw it down, it feels nice too. You don't have to twist it backward to catch the threads because it has a special clutch system that makes it easy to close securely. The hands and the markers on the watch face are coated with Rolex's special glow-in-the-dark stuff called Chromolite. It makes them light up blue when it's dark, which is pretty cool. Now, my favorite part about this watch is the glide lock system. It's like a secret tool that lets you adjust the bracelet size by up to 20mm, and you can do it in tiny 2mm steps. That might sound like extra, especially if you're not diving deep into the ocean, but for real divers who wear thick suits underwater, it's handy. The case of this watch is made from a tough type of steel called 904L, and it has a special ceramic ring on the top that doesn't scratch easily. Inside the watch, there's a Rolex-made movement called the caliber 3235. It's like the engine of the watch and can keep the watch ticking for 72 hours without winding it up again. It beats at a rate of 4 times per second, and it has something called a parachrome blue hairspring, which is super good at resisting changes in temperature, wear and tear, and even shock, like when you accidentally drop your watch. It's also good at shrugging off magnetic fields that can mess with the watch's accuracy. So, it's a pretty tough watch. Wearing this watch has been a truly enjoyable experience for me. Let me break it down. First, it sits comfortably low on my wrist, just at the right height to slip under my shirt sleeves effortlessly. This means it doesn't stick out awkwardly and it looks sleek. When it comes to weight, it's perfectly balanced. You won't feel like it's top heavy or pulling down on your wrist too much. It's just right. One of the best things about this watch is how easy it is to read. It's designed as a dive watch, so it's built for clear visibility. The hands on the watch are called Mercedes hands, and they stand out sharply against the black lacquer dial. Even from a distance, you can easily tell the time. Plus, it has a special date magnifier, and reading the date is a breeze. Now, the bracelet is a standout feature in terms of comfort. The links in the bracelet are designed in a way that makes it super comfy. Each link has a nice curve at the ends, and if you look from the side, you'll notice that they're shaped just right to fit your wrist comfortably. They might seem almost flat when you look at them straight on, but from the side, you can see the smart design that adds to the comfort factor. The bezel, which is the ring around the watch face, is a joy to use. It clicks smoothly and crisply in 120 steps, and the edge of the bezel is designed just right. It's sharp enough to grip easily, but smooth enough that it won't bother your skin. Opening and closing the clasp, the part that keeps the watch on your wrist, is satisfying every single time. And that glide lock feature I mentioned earlier, it's perfect for adjusting the bracelet to fit just how you like it. I'm happy I got this model instead of the previous one. The older model had a maxi case, which didn't quite do it for me. The lugs on this one are more refined and taper nicely, instead of being chunky like the older version. I can't say enough good things about this watch, from how it feels when you wear it to how smoothly it operates. Everything about it feels top-notch. The attention to detail and craftsmanship are outstanding, and it's clear that no shortcuts were taken in making it. Honestly, there's not much to complain about. It's packed with technology and has a rich history behind it. Despite the mixed opinions about Rolex and all the excitement around it, this watch is a classic, good-looking, and timeless piece that will always be in style. Now, let me tell you how I got my hands on this watch from my local authorized dealer. We all know it's not easy to just walk into a store and buy a Rolex these days. Luckily, I had already bought a blue Datejust from them a few years ago, before the watch market went crazy. Fast forward a couple of years, I met my then girlfriend, and we decided to get engaged. I saw this as my chance to build on my purchase history with the dealer, so I bought an engagement ring from them. A few months later, I got a text asking if I was still interested in a Submariner, and now it's on my wrist. I never thought I'd own one of these, but I was lucky by that text, and I consider myself pretty lucky. I didn't have to jump through hoops or buy things I didn't want. It just worked out. I wish you all get the watch you want, and if you were thinking of getting this watch, be assured that this watch is really worth it. This wraps up our video for today. Thanks for watching until the end. If you have any experiences in owning Rolex watches, I encourage you to share them in the comment section below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Luxury Focus for more watch updates and stories. See you in the next video.